Once upon a time in feudal Japan, there was a young man named Ryo, born to a humble farmer's family in a small, fog-shrouded village nestled in the mountains. From a young age, Ryo had a spark in his eye, an energy that couldn't be contained within the fields of rice his family cultivated. He'd often spend hours darting through the forest, scaling trees, and blending into the shadows, even as a child. His family brushed it off as youthful energy, until one evening, when a mysterious visitor arrived. This visitor was a retired shinobi, an elusive master of ninjutsu, who went by the name Kato. Kato had left behind the shadows for a quiet life in the mountains, but he saw in Ryo something rare, an instinctual understanding of the art of invisibility and stealth, and an insatiable curiosity. Kato took Ryo under his wing, training him in the arts of the shinobi. As Ryo grew, his training intensified. He learned to use every aspect of nature to his advantage. The silence of the forest at dawn, the deceptive rustle of wind through leaves, and the hidden trails known only to the foxes. He was taught to blend into the surroundings, becoming invisible in plain sight. He trained with weapons and tools of the trade, mastering the kunai, shuriken, and smoke bombs. But Kato also taught him the importance of strategy, wit, and most importantly, the value of information. Ryo's first mission came unexpectedly. His village had been threatened by a band of mercenaries, led by a samurai lord with ambitions of conquest. In the dead of night, Kato told him it was time to act. His task was simple but dangerous: infiltrate the samurai's camp, gather intelligence, and, if possible, weaken the enemy before they attacked. He set off in silence, heart-pounding but mind-focused, his training taking over. Ryo crept through the undergrowth, slipping past guards with the precision he had learned through years of hard training. He gathered crucial information about the number of warriors and their plan to strike at dawn. To further aid his village, he quietly sabotaged their equipment, cutting bowstrings and scattering sharp tacks along their escape routes. Ryo returned to the village before sunrise with information that allowed his people to prepare an ambush. When the samurai lord attacked, he was met with a resistance he hadn't anticipated. With Ryo's sabotage, the mercenaries were thrown into disarray, and the villagers managed to drive them back. As Ryo grew older, his missions became more complex. He went on journeys across the land, disguised as a merchant, a beggar, or a simple traveler, gathering intelligence, carrying out covert missions, and always moving like a shadow. He learned not only the arts of combat but also the art of blending into any situation, adapting to the customs of towns and cities, and forming alliances with people from all walks of life. Over time, tales of a ghost shinobi who helped the oppressed and protected villages from the ambitions of power-hungry lords spread throughout the region. Ryo became a legend, a master of disguise and stealth who appeared in times of need and disappeared like mist at dawn. In the end, Ryo's life as a shinobi was a journey of growth, skill, and wisdom. He knew that his path was one of shadows, his achievements often unacknowledged, his victories unseen. But he was content, for he had protected his people, preserved peace, and honored the code of the shinobi, a life where his legacy was not in fame or wealth, but in the quiet freedom he had brought to others. And so, Ryo the shinobi lived on as a figure of myth, a quiet guardian who left his mark in the hearts of those he had saved and in the whispers of the mountains he called home.